Hey, this is James Nitchie with Act Live Television. We're back once again at First Fridays. We're here at the Rochester Contemporary Arts Center on East Avenue, and I'm here with Jamie Columbus, who's a photographer here in Rochester, originally from LA, and she's got an interesting exhibit here, as you can see behind me and behind her, and we're going to talk a little bit about what she does and the inspiration behind this work and maybe things to come for you. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
This is an exhibit called Earth Tones Woman, and it is based on a book that I'm working on, and it is photographs of some of the 42 countries that I visited over the last couple of decades. And mostly I photograph women in tribal areas, indigenous women. I like to photograph them in the fields, doing their laundry, washing in the lakes, the collective activities that women do to form community around the world. And here we have many photographs that are in frames that I've either created out of ceiling tiles or that were designed in the country of origin, and they are displayed in an environment that's very relaxing for people to sit down, write in a journal, and hang out here. I've designed different things to put on the walls so that it feels like a home environment. And I think it's very important that people get out and travel. It teaches them about themselves and expands our horizons. So upcoming tomorrow, on Sunday, is International Women's Day, which is March 8th, and this exhibit I designed in conjunction with forming an organization as the chair of it with 24 different diverse women from the Rochester area. We're having a major event here at the Rochester Contemporary on Sunday, 1 to 3:30, and there'll be different women spiritual leaders giving blessings. There'll be Trinity Montessori children giving peace offerings with their hands in sign language. We're going to have 3 different dance groups, and there'll be ethnic music and food from around the world. So it should be a lot of fun. The mayor's office and the county executive and Maggie Brooks, as well as Sandy Frankel's coming from Brighton to give a proclamation that this is International Women's Day, which is very important to acknowledge and honor the women and celebrate them. And that's what this exhibit's about. And I'm trying to bring the community together. I'm not the only one having an exhibit in Rochester. We're having a dozen different activities around the area. At the museum, the Strong Museum, they're having a scavenger hunt. At MAG, they're having a docent tour of women's art. We're having panel discussions about women's issues at the Rochester International Council at the University of Rochester. So it's a wonderful way to acknowledge women. And, you know, in the past, women have had a very difficult issues in many countries regarding freedom and civil liberties and all different kinds of issues. And as things are improving around the world, it's nice to celebrate. And so that's what we're doing here in this difficult economy.
Do you think you're somewhat of a activist for women?
I never thought of it before. I call myself more of a modern gypsy, a person who has a very, busy life compared to the life that I enjoy photographing around the world. So,
right.
I'm not really. Maybe I'm becoming one. I'm more of a community organizer than I am activist. But the way that this organization is going and the volunteers and the activities that people are asking for, we may get more involved in other, areas of women's concerns along the way.
What inspires you really to get into that field? I mean, is this something that you felt in your heart since you were young? You know, a lot of the strength how strongly you feel about a lot of these issues. Is that something you felt since you were young, or?
That's a really good question. You know, I really admire the courage and perseverance of these women. You can imagine what they're balancing with their families. They're carrying their kids on their backs while they're in the fields. They're sometimes the primary breadwinner. They're also taking care of the home. They're also very involved with the other women in the community. So I admire how strong they are. It's absolutely incredible. And they do it with such grace. When I was in India, I saw the women walking on the ladders with their saris, carrying different heavy items on their hair. They're just beautiful. So, there's a lot going on there, and it's something that I want to bring to the attention of the world of how incredible the women are in so many countries.
Cool. So how did you get hooked up with the ROCO, Rochester Contemporary?
I was looking for the right environment. I'm very into environments, and I felt most comfortable here. It's a community center, and they do wonderful work. there's a 6x6 exhibit coming up where people are donating a certain size art. Each art, whether famous or not, will be, the same price, and they are very interested in helping people in the community. And so that was kind of the environment I wanted to have for the women who I'm honoring in the photographs, and also by having an event here, I'm supporting a very good organization. I'm very impressed by Rocco. Blue Sese has done a great job opening his doors to the diverse people who have been here over the last couple of months, preparing for Sunday. So
cool.
I'm very appreciative of all he's done for us.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the Rochester art scene in general and the First Fridays?
I think it's great. I'm a little new to the Rochester art scene. I'm more of a solitary person, so I don't get out much, but I've been actually as I'm developing this exhibit, I went to explore the different galleries and see what's happening, and I think it's pretty cool here at Rocco. They have some hip music, and it's a very interesting, eclectic group of people, and I've enjoyed many of the galleries in town, and I think it's got great potential, and as spring comes about, it certainly will be helpful.
Well, thanks a lot, Jamie.
Thank you very much.
Yep.